Hey, there we go. Cool. So I figured I would show a little bit more of the cooking process, I guess, before we just get straight to the morning and things like that. This is the night before, so this is Saturday night, right? I usually like to prep a lot of the food the night before, so I marinated the chicken. It's already inside the fridge because this was charging, so I didn't get a chance to record it. And I'm going to be cutting up the vegetables right now. I'm just deciding how I want to divide them and store them in the fridge. If I want to use bowls or certain plastic bags, things of that sort. So, going through the recipes, I know I'm going to need to mince some garlic, so I'm more than likely going to do that. Got to shred some carrots and then kind of dice those up a little bit too. And both recipes call for onions and garlic. And I think the big boy penne is going to really just have onion and spinach as part of that last meal. So pretty much not a bad prep. Depending on what the meals can be, it can be a pretty long prep. The hamburger that I made a few weeks back, it's a lot of prep. Potatoes, carrots, onions, spinach, there's a bunch of stuff in there. So this is a nice little easy prep that I get to just kind of have fun with for now. So yeah, let us go ahead and just get to chopping. Oh, damn y'all. I do not like chopping onions even after all this time. Like, I love onions. You know, not by themselves, but when they're cooked with stuff, you know what I mean? But damn, does freaking chopping them always suck ass. I have no clue how to not cry when chopping onions and stuff like that. It just boggles my mind. It's always so tedious. Always so tedious. But we should be almost done with this part. So we just gotta chop maybe a few more onions. This looks to be a little more than 200 grams, but we'll see. Whatever extra we'll put to the other dish, that way we don't have to chop as much onions, obviously. So, yeah, I'm not very good at this chopping portion in general, if I'm being quite honest with you. Still learning that stuff. I feel like I still leave a lot left over, but it's fine. Oh, my stars and garters, I want to freaking cry. I mean, I am crying, but it is what it is. Don't touch your eyes. One time I was cutting poblano peppers, and I thought I washed my hands well enough after I was done and everything, and accidentally gave myself a jalapeno hand job, and that was the most painful experience I've had in recent months. So, but yeah, let's measure this out, see how many grams, and then I think that's pretty much the main thing. And yeah, it's the main thing. So we just got to do the onions for the big boy penne and the spinach, but the spinach is just chopping roughly, so super easy. So yeah, let's get finished with this stuff. Alright, so we are pretty much done. Everything else is going to be cooked tomorrow with everything else going on. So the pasta will not be cooked until tomorrow. Obviously we won't open these cans until tomorrow. And yeah, everything should be good. Hopefully everything defrosts fully by tomorrow. I sort of made a mistake in the fact that I normally take it out Friday to start defrosting, and by Sunday it's usually good to go. That was not the case in this situation. I realized now I put it in today or late last night, and that was not really enough time. So hopefully by Sunday morning tomorrow we'll be good to go. But we'll see. Regardless, if it needs to defrost a bit longer, it needs to defrost a bit longer. It's not a big deal. So I've been having it out here for the time being, so like an hour and a half or so to help defrost a bit faster. Yeah, so I will see you guys tomorrow. What is up, people? I woke up late. It's 6:54, so we're not going to finish the meal prep in time, more than likely, which is unfortunate. That's fine. I'm just going to head out by 10 o'clock to where I normally go, and then I'll finish the meal prep after that, probably this afternoon. So we'll still get it done. It's not a big deal, but just annoying. However, it seems my body needed that little extra rest for whatever reason, which is completely understandable. So we will go ahead and continue with that. Oven is getting ready. It is roasting, so we are going to start with the sriracha peanut rice bowls. So yeah, we will go ahead and get started with that, and let's just get into the little time lapse. Okay, so at this point in time, the chicken's going to be cooking, and I'm usually going to wait for that to be done, essentially. So by the time I put the vegetables in and everything, I'm already cutting the chicken, or I'm close to finishing the cutting the chicken and stuff like that. So yeah, we'll just cut to that when it pretty much becomes time to. I'm not going to have you sit and watch a time lapse of me doing nothing, staring to the void for 10 minutes. So catch you guys then. Hey, we're back. Okay, so water is boiling. We're doing the baked penne now. So I'm gonna get started on everything here. Got my meat divided on that side. It's strangely oxidized a little bit. Not a big deal. Not a big deal. Still edible. I can guarantee you that. So get things ready to broken. On the buoy. Put a little salt in that punk. Alright. How long am I supposed to cook this thing for? I forgot. 10 to 12 minutes. We'll do 10 minutes. That's my calculator. 10 minutes. Oops. What are we looking at here? Where's my... Oh. Where's my specials? Alright. Just keep stirring that every so often. We should be good to go. At this point, we're going to be cooking most of the beef now, so let's get to it. Hey, okay, so meat and everything's cooking right now. It's just got to boil to cook out some of the tomato flavor. I'll start the oven in about like 5 minutes, just so by the time we get everything ready, it should be done. Noodles are done and kind of like cooling down in the sink for right now, so it should be good by then. The recipe's come along pretty well. It's a pretty easy recipe, so overall good for that. We'll cut to when I start putting everything together again. So right now I just gotta wash some stuff and let things boil, so see you then. So, it's cooking. It's in there for 30 minutes. The last dish of the day is just gonna be some salmon. Yeah, I'm just gonna prep some salmon for the week. I am not taking this to work. This will be my dinner meal because it's gonna smell like shit. Excuse my language, but it's gonna smell. So let's go ahead and start cutting this stuff up appropriately. See how that's gonna be. Probably that way. So got a good chunk of mountain here. Let's see, things like that. But which pieces do I want to use? These pieces seem okay. Okay, so we've got 3 minutes left on this thing, but I've been watching it, and I'm pretty sure the Parmesan is burnt. So, oops. I don't know what I want to do. I feel like it's already cooked. Everything seems to be melted and ready to go, so I think I'm just going to take it out now. Like, should be fine. I mean, the recipe says to watch out and watch it closely so it doesn't burn, per se. It says I can cover it with a piece of aluminum foil. If it gets too brown, that's already too late because it is very brown. But so yeah, we're just going to call it in and I'll get everything out, so, oh well. I will just do it this way. So this is how it's come out. Not too bad. Smells good. So let's go ahead and let this cool off, and we'll finish up with the salmon. I just gotta bake it, so there's really no point to showing that. We'll just get to the ending of it. I already seasoned it with salt, pepper, garlic powder, a little bit of lime, things like that. So let's put that in there, and we'll just cut to the when all the meals are done, essentially. So adios. Cool, we're done. I just need to finish putting rice in these last two salmon dishes, and it's pretty much good to go. But we'll do that after this. No point in wasting more time. So I am really excited for this meal prep. And I feel like I say that each week, but I genuinely am. That's why meal prepping is so fun to me. I don't mind eating the same thing throughout the week because it's things that I want to eat throughout the week that just taste delicious. So what are we looking at? So the first meal, we're looking at the protein oatmeal bake, as we do each and every week, because I just don't really care much for breakfast, considering that I just run through it because of my work schedule. So added a lot more chocolate chips this time around. A little bit of a burnt there, but hey, nothing too crazy, nothing too bad. Macros will be put up. It's slightly different considering I put more chocolate, white chocolate chips in there, things like that. So now our first meal of our first lunch of the day is going to be a sriracha peanut chicken rice bowl. This has become one of my favorite rice bowls. This is up there with the honey sriracha. The peanut butter flavoring just adds a nice twist to it that I genuinely love to incorporate a lot. So we'll put the macros and stuff up there with that as well. And the meal that I am most excited for is the pre-workout meal. This is a new one I've done this week, and I've done 3 new recipes these past 3 weeks. I'm proud of that. This is the Big Boy Penne Pasta Bake. This has ground beef, penne pasta, spinach, canned tomatoes, and onions inside it. I don't know if it's easy to tell, but this thing is massive, man. There is a lot in here, and I grabbed a smaller piece. It's kind of hard to tell because I had it all spread out on the top, but like this thing encompasses so much inside each and every container. It's a good bulking meal, and I will definitely be enjoying that. So, last thing, I always like to spice it up. For dinner, I'm gonna have salmon. I just put some salt, pepper, garlic powder, little lemon juice on there, and of course, just having it with a side of rice. The recipe calls for asparagus, and I was thinking about it. I just don't like the way it makes, my pea smell and stuff like that, so I opted not to. A lot more veggies in these things, so I can go with just rice and fish for this. So, very excited for that. It smells good. The reason I'm having it for dinner is because I know fish tends to smell when you warm it up, and I'd rather not subject my coworkers to that. And I don't know, it just seems like a nice way to end the day, having some nice overall protein, fats, and carbs with the rice and stuff like that. So overall, pretty solid prep. Definitely could have done this before 10 o'clock if I had woken up actually on time at 5 a.m. and not 6:40. So nonetheless, we were able to take our time and get things done. So now it's just letting everything cool off and putting everything away. And I gotta say, that was a really easy prep. And it was a fun one too. I'm excited for these penne pasta bakes. I'm starting to get more into baking as time goes on, so I'm very excited to see what that goes. I need to try making a pizza again. It's not like a healthy pizza, it's just straight up regular pizza, but I want to try making that one more time. Need to wake up early one day. Maybe Friday? I don't know, we'll see. If I remember to or care to at that time. So, yeah, anyway, hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I will see you guys next week. We are doing a little bit of a max effort next week, so we'll see how that goes. That's all I can say about that. We'll see how it goes. See you guys then.